mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello, and welcome to Would You Die, the show where they will say, I shed innocent blood. But what's blood for, if not for shedding? With my hook for a hand, I'll split you from groin to gullet. Be my victim. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
What are we doing today?
We're doing Candyman, and I called your quote.
Oh!
What I didn't call for the folks at home, because this is an audio medium, is that he was going to do it while staring me in the eyes. I thought he would be reading that. No, he fully had that memorized. That was crazy.
I forgot to write my quotes down for today, but I've seen this movie a couple times.
A few.
What are we doing this month?
So this is the first episode of, first of all, welcome to December. This is
Welcome to December.
in the future.
We got fun and games.
We do. And our games are about fucking around and finding out.
Yeah, it is.
This is Fuck Around and Find Out month. Welcome, everybody.
Where we fuck around.
We find out. The basic premise of this month is that all of these movies, there are simple rules. And there are consequences when you don't follow the simple rules.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody in these fucking movies fucks around. And
They
finds
find out.
Exactly. So, that is where we are at.
And I think this is one of the most iconic fuck around and find out movies.
I completely agree. So, just for a quick synopsis. A harried grad student, Helen, studying urban legends, stumbles upon locals who believe in one particular to be true. Candyman, the renowned painter turned vengeful spirit. The legend has it that if you say his name 5 times in the mirror, you'll call him forth to do his dastardly deeds. What happens when Helen accidentally summons the man himself? She fucks around and finds out. Is what
She
happens.
finds out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is your personal connection with Candyman?
So this movie it's weirdly both very recent and been around for a while for me. Because I am born in the 90s, kid of the 2000s, I would say. And growing up, Candyman was like something that kids would tell other kids, even though I don't think any of us had actually seen the movie. We all knew, like, you look into the mirror, you say his name 5 times, and then he gonna get you. And, like, I knew it was movies, but I didn't want to watch the movies because I figure, now this is kid logic, but also I'm right. I figured they would say his name 5 times in the movie. I don't want him coming for me because he heard it on the TV. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to fuck around. I didn't want to find out. So I wouldn't say I avoided the movie for a long time, but like when I was little, I was aware of it. I was aware it was movies, but I thought Candyman was real because I was, 6.
A little kid, yeah.
Right. Then I got older. I just kind of just never came across it until I say I watched Candyman for the first time either 2018 or 2019. It was like I was an adult when I watched it for the first time. I had already graduated college at that point, and I remember specifically I watched it on my birthday because I got home and I still had energy, and I put on Netflix. I'm like, I want to watch something. I want to watch a horror movie. Candyman. I've never seen it. I'm sure it's a silly, goofy time. And then I watched it, and I was just blown away. I thought it was incredible, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. Mm-hmm. What is your personal connection with Candyman?
So I know about Tony Todd from just about anything and everything but this movie, which is kind of wild because this is arguably like
this is his
most famous role.
Yeah, so not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but just for the listeners, Tony Todd has passed away last year, 2024. Actually, around the date, like the date of us recording this episode is almost a year.
Yeah.
Exactly. Early November. But he was an iconic actor. When he passed away, the obituary was Candyman actor Tony Todd, you know. So this was his most famous role. But yeah, back to your personal connection.
But yeah, so like I knew about him from The Crow, from Final Destination, from a bunch of other roles, not this one. My first Candyman watch was yesterday. However, I have read the original short story by Clive Barker.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's called The Forbidden.
Yes, it is. And we're going to get into that when we talk a little bit about historical context. So yeah, I had read the original short story. There's a few differences that we're going to talk about, but like for the most part, very similar vibes. And yeah, I was always been like a Tony Todd fan in terms of like the work that I have seen of his, but it was wild that like my huge blind spot for him was The One. So
yeah,
glad to finally rectify that.
Yeah, that's like saying, you know, I love Robert De Niro, but I've never seen Taxi Driver. Oh shit, you never seen Taxi Driver?
I'm sorry.
But do you love Robert De Niro?
I really enjoy him as an old man in a lot of movies.
Okay,
but
let
I
me
don't
do
know
another.
that I would say that I love him. You're right.
Let me do another one. It's like saying I love Harrison Ford, but I've never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, that I can say that I have seen, and that's fair.
And that's his most famous role.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
It's like I love Tom Hanks, but I've never seen Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Like that would be... Wait, is that real?
I don't know why you're fucking doing this to me right now.
Is that
I
real?
knew you were
Anneliese
gonna
has
do
never
that.
seen Forrest Gump.
We have
You-
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like his most famous role.
And I do love Tom Hanks. He's like my favorite actor.
Oh, shit.
I know.
It's like the funny thing is like it's been on our list. Like it's not like she's like I don't want to watch it. It's been
No,
on
of
our
course
list to watch for years, and just whenever we sit down to watch a movie, at no point are we like, so Forrest Gump tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is insane you called Lisa out on an episode where you didn't even do your homework and watch the movie.
Yeah.
I had other homework to do.
What was your other homework?
Grading a kid's homework.
That you did at school. You did that before you left the school building.
Mostly.
I'm tired of this.
I just think it's crazy you called Lisa out, and it's like I'll call you out too.
You didn't even do it. So let's talk about kind of the history behind Candyman, because this story obviously like originates in the short story, but there's also like legends that kind of are amalgamated into Candyman. So let's talk about a couple of them. So first of all, let's talk Clive Barker. Clive Barker is an author who wrote a collection of short stories called Books of Blood. One of those stories was The Forbidden. It was about a grad student named Helen. In the book, she is studying graffiti, and she comes across the legend of the Candyman, who is a hook-handed killer who is summoned in the mirror by saying his name 5 times. We're going to get more into like kind of the differences and why the movie specifically is a little bit more complex than the book later when we talk about fuck around and find out. But I also just wanted to mention that Clive Barker's also known for another horror franchise. Do you know?
One that I would say is more famous.
Yes, absolutely.
Not that Candyman's not famous.
But the other one is for sure more famous.
In case you guys don't know, we're talking about Hellraiser.
Yep, we are.
Everybody knows Pinhead.
Everybody knows Pinhead. Even if you don't know who Pinhead is, if I say Pinhead, you're like, you've got it in your head. You know who that is.
I don't know if the kids do.
Really?
Because if you were in a certain age and you went to Blockbuster or Family Video, you would always see Hellraiser
That's fair.
in that VHS, and you'd be like, "What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know what that is."
Mm-hmm.
We almost put Hellraiser in this month too,
That's true. We did.
because that is also a very fuck around and find out.
Clive Barker really likes to write stories about fucking around and finding out.
It is so easy not to just just don't solve that Rubik's Cube.
Just don't do it.
Just don't say his name. Like,
there's
so
so few
easy.
rules, and you just break all of them.
But I didn't want to do 2 Clive Barkers
Fair.
in one month in our first year.
I'm sure we'll get to Hellraiser at some point.
We definitely, it's Hellraiser.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about kind of the 2 main legends that make up Candyman.
I think I know what they are.
Do you want to guess?
I do want to guess.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming Bloody Mary.
That's one.
And I'm assuming one that we kind of talked about all the way in Summerween, the Hook Man.
Yes, absolutely. So I did a little bit more research into the hook-handed killer because we talked about it back in the day as an urban legend, but I wanted to kind of solidify, like, where did this come from? So it originated sometime in the 1950s as an urban legend told orally. The first example that we have in print is actually a Dear Abby. Do you know what Dear Abby is?
No.
So Dear Abby was a column in a newspaper where this woman would accept questions, usually advice, and they would write Dear Abby, and they would ask her for advice, and then she would respond. And it kind of became a catch-all phrase for any kind of advice column. But in the OG Dear Abby, this letter was sent in.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Abby, if you are interested in teenagers, you will print this story. I don't know whether it's true or not, but it doesn't matter because it served its purpose for me. A fellow and his date pulled into their favorite lover's lane to listen to the radio and do a little necking. The music was interrupted by an announcer who said there was an escaped convict in the area who had served time for rape and robbery. He was described as having a hook instead of a right hand. The couple became frightened and drove away. When the boy took his girl home, he went around to open the car door for her. Then he saw a hook on the door handle. I will never park to make out as long as I live. I hope this does the same for other kids. Jeanette. So that's kind of our first time of it recorded in history. But most popular with our generation was a similar story published in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which was a horror anthology for kids written in the 80s. And I don't know about you, but that was kind of my introduction to horror, was those books.
My introduction to horror was
actual horror.
I try to think of like the most depraved thing I could think of, but then I was like, the pink elephants on parade from Dumbo.
Right. Do you remember the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books?
No, I wasn't aware of those until the Guillermo del Toro produced movie.
That's so funny.
Was coming out a couple years ago.
They were like, my friends were obsessed with them.
No, they weren't on my radar. Goosebumps was on my radar.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the Michigan Chillers.
Yeah.
Like Dinosaurs Destroy Detroit was my jam.
Real. But there was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, more Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones, the Scary Stories Treasury, and the 3-book collection, which was like a box set.
That's a lot of scary stories.
There's a lot of scary stories. And like the illustrations were very creepy. It was a good thing.
I'm aware of those illustrations now.
Yeah.
They're creepy.
They're a lot. So the other, obviously, legend is the say their name X times and they appear, which appears a lot. Probably the most famous version is Bloody Mary, like you said. Say her name 3 times and she appears to kill you. It could originate from Mary I of England, who was the daughter of Henry and Catherine of Aragon.
Catherine O'Hara?
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara and Henry VIII had a kid. No. But Mary I was given the name Bloody Mary historically after she killed hundreds of Protestants during her reign, because it was when England was under Catholic rule. Mary Worth is, as far as I can tell, not a real person, but there's lots of urban legends about her. Some of them say that she's like a vengeful Salem witch. Some of them say that she was like just a racist Southern lady who killed escaped slaves as they were leaving. Like, there's a lot of like stories about Mary Worth, who is also kind of known as Bloody Mary, but either way, both of them kind of have the same ending. You say your name 3 times in the mirror, she's going to appear, she's going to kill you. There are other notable versions of this myth. There's Hanako-san, which is Japanese folklore. She is a yokai, which means like a ghost or a spirit. And she's a girl who haunts the toilet. There's a bunch of different like versions of her story again, but most prominently, either she was a girl playing hide and seek during an air raid and like ended up in the toilets, or she committed suicide from bullying. But basically, the legend goes that you go to the 3rd stall of the bathroom, you knock 3 times, and you ask if Hanako-san is present. And she will say, if she is, she'll say, I'm here. And then there's 2 options. Either you could be pulled by Hanako-san down the toilet into hell, or you could be eaten by a 3-headed lizard for disturbing her.
I don't like either of those options.
They're not great options.
I don't want to do that.
My personal favorite version of this story is, of course, Beetlejuice, who is obviously from the movie Beetlejuice. In the movie, he's described as a 17th century man who was given poison by his wife Dolores on their wedding night. And he can be summoned and banished by saying his name 3 times.
But he don't need the mirror.
No, he doesn't need the mirror.
All the other guys need the mirror.
Except for Hanako-san. You just knock 3 times with her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
I was paying attention.
No, it's okay. So like they're all kind of similar myths in that you say their name or you knock 3 times or you have like a ritual of repeating an action multiple times.
Say their name, say their name.
And then they appear to kill you.
But don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Destiny's Child lied.
Destiny's Child did lie. So.
Not to go all over the place, but when the Candyman 2021 film was coming out and they had that trailer that mashed up Say My Name with the Philip Glass score.
Yeah.
Say what you will about that movie, but that trailer went hard.
That fucked.
Yeah.
In our monthly theme of Fuck Around and Find Out, I basically thought that we could talk about the rules. Mm-hmm. We could talk about the rule breakers and what happens to them.
Oh, we got a rule breaker.
We've got a few, actually. So the rule, very simple. Say Candyman's name 5 times, and he appears to kill you with his hook.
And you have to say it in the mirror.
In the mirror. Don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah, and it's really easy not to look in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times.
You have to be asking for it.
Yeah, because it has to be uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't look. Just don't look.
Exactly. Just don't look in the mirror and say his name 5 times. Uninterrupted.
Easy. I'm literally not looking in the mirror and not saying his name 5 times right now.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
You don't think the reflection in the window counts, do you?
I don't think so, but also I'm not going to say the name to find out.
That's fair, because you do have a mirror right across from you.
I literally have a mirror.
I wouldn't do that. So yeah, definitely a very easy rule not to break.
Yeah.
So our rule breakers. First of all, we have Helen and Bernadette.
Mm-hmm.
Helen and Bernadette. So, as I mentioned earlier, Helen and Bernadette are grad students who are looking to do their dissertation on urban legends.
Yeah.
They are best friends. They are investigating this together. And they find out about the legend of Candyman from the people of Cabrini Green, which is kind of a lower income area in Chicago.
Real place.
A real
too.
place, yes. And the people of Cabrini Green in the story absolutely believe in the myth of Candyman, for the most part. And so Helen and Bernadette hear this from them. They laugh it off. They say the fucking name 5 times in the mirror. Nothing happens. So they're like, wow, must be all good.
And technically, Bernadette only said it 4 times.
That's true.
She was too much of a chicken to say it the 5th time.
Helen says it the 5th.
Not Helen. Helen's like, Candyman. Like, she leans into it on that 5th time. Not me.
Yeah, she does.
Not me. Not Bernadette. But Bernadette said it 4 times, so like...
Yeah, but Bernadette still got what was coming to her. She still found out.
Yeah, because...
By hanging around with Helen.
Because here's another rule that they broke. They just straight up waltzed into Cabrini Green, one of the apartments, like they owned the place. Mm-hmm. That people live there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this now.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to talk about this with cultural impact, but we can talk about something else during cultural impact. I've got a couple of things. So let's talk about Candyman as black horror.
Mm-hmm.
So when Candyman was written, the book, it took place in Liverpool, in a poor area in Liverpool. Candyman, not black. This is important because it kind of shows us the difference between British versus American culture and what they value in terms of making a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is not to say, I'm not trying to claim that, like, British people don't care about racism. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that, like, this is part of the cultural conversation more than it is in Britain because we have more ethnicities and such living here.
Right.
They definitely still do in England, but it is not as talked about. The focus in England is generally when they are making social commentary about class. And that was basically the commentary they were making in the original story. By moving it to Chicago and moving it to a real area, Cabrini Green in Chicago, which, by the way, Cabrini Green was a real place that was meant to be built as low-income housing. And I guess technically it was, but it was built and then subsequently abandoned. Like, not upkept, not taken care of at all. So by changing it to that location and making Candyman a black man, we changed the cultural context a lot. Mm-hmm. And specifically with Helen, because she is framed as the protagonist, but she is also kind of framed as the interloper, right? She very much others the people in her research.
Yeah.
She's not unsympathetic. She's not mean. She's not cold. But she is not using... Like she's using these subjects. And this is the first example that we see of it, is that she and Bernadette walk into this place where people fucking live
mm-hmm.
and are just, like, looking around. Like, they have the authority to do this. And to some level, she uses her privilege not just as a white woman, because Bernadette is also black, and that's an important like context, but as, like, a wealthier person than the people in these, to be like, well, it's fine, they're not gonna fuck with us because they think we're cops.
Yeah.
And that's, like, all kinds of fucked up as well.
Mm-hmm. And she feels entitled to go into this apartment where mm-hmm. someone was murdered.
Yeah.
And just kind of look around for evidence for her mm-hmm. thesis. She doesn't care about the people or the murders that are happening or this community. She cares about her papers and her status as an academic. Yeah. I know she's a grad student, but yeah, same thing.
It is kind of interesting because, so, the ending in The Forbidden is slightly different than the ending in Candyman. Mm-hmm. At the end of Candyman, the residents of Cabrini Green kind of accept her as, like, this saint-like figure. They acknowledge her sacrifice, all of that. In The Forbidden, they sacrifice her to Candyman. And when Trevor comes and asks if she's been there, they say no. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting to kind of change that ending. And it leads into a lot of, like, cultural critique of Candyman that we'll get into when we talk about cultural impact. But mm-hmm. yeah, it's very much her sense of entitlement is not lost on, like, the viewer as we're watching this. Again, it never portrays her as, like, evil or bad, just kind of naive.
Well, not even naive, but, like, she doesn't care. Right. She cares only about her academic achievements and studies. She doesn't care about the communities, the people. Like, she feels entitled to answers. Right. Even when she realizes that Candyman is real, it's never about, like, the honorable, like, let me save Cabrini Green. It's about the answers that she needs in order to save herself. Right. And for sure, she saves baby Anthony at the end, and that's beautiful mm-hmm. and wonderful and great. But it's almost a side effect rather than the main quest. And she does help put away a violent gang member who is parading around as Candyman. True. She helps put him away, but she wasn't looking to do that. No. She was investigating and in fact, like, when the fucking around. When the gang members were there, like, kind of harassing, she was just like, as long as they don't fuck with me, I don't really care. Right.
So-
So she's not trying to save Cabrini Green or anything like that.
No.
She's just trying to gain more insight for her thesis paper.
Her thesis statement.
Yeah.
Damn, high school English really gotcha.
It still affects me. But yeah. And like the only reason why this guy gets put away is because he attacked a white woman.
Yeah. I'm sure this is not the first person he's attacked.
Right.
Let's be real.
Right, exactly. I heard you're looking for Candyman, bitch. I'm sorry. I love when they're all doing the line readings.
Me too.
Because the one guy just says it, so everyone's like, I hear you're looking for Candyman, bitch. He's
Yeah.
like, I hear you're looking for Candyman, bitch. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Put a little stank on it.
Real. But yeah, Helen is the definition of fucking around and finding out on so many levels. Bernadette, I don't think fucks around and
No,
fucks
'cause she
around as
stops.
much.
She stops.
But
I mean,
because
she finds out, unfortunately.
She finds
but-
out, but also I think Helen fucks around so much that Bernadette finds out for her.
That's real.
I got to say something about Bernadette.
Okay.
It's a fun fact. Some listeners may know, not all listeners may know. The actress who plays Bernadette, Casey Lemons.
Mhm.
Do you know what other early 1990s great horror film where she plays best friend to the main white lead woman is?
I'm sure when you tell me I'm going to know, but I can't. No, I don't know.
The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
Jodie Foster's best
She's
friend.
Jodie Foster's best friend. You're totally right.
But instead of like the University of Illinois, go Big Ten, that's like FBI Academy.
Boo. No, I'm just kidding. So we also have to talk about another character who fucks around and finds out, and I'm so fucking excited about it. And it's fucking Trevor.
Fucking Trevor.
I fucking hate Trevor. We
Me-
open up with
Me
this.
and the homies hate Trevor.
We open up. Trevor's my number one op for real. And here's how you know. Because we open up with this fucking movie. And like, she comes to his class and she's doing shit. Like, he's doing shit about urban legends.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, babe, love of my life, husband, oh mine. First of all, that girl was flirting with you. And he's like, psh, nah, she wasn't doing that. We're coming back to that shit. Secondly, she comes in and she's like, why did you teach about urban legends? I asked you to not do that. And he was like, I have a curriculum to follow. I can't stop this. You're a college professor. Here's what I'm going to tell you about something about education. College professors don't have a fucking curriculum. They make that shit up. You just don't want to like give your wife anything. You don't want her to be happy or successful. You just want to fuck up her whole day. So that's number one. Then, throughout the fucking movie, he parades her around all of these endless academics. Like that fuckface who's the other, like, professor.
Candyman country.
Exactly. And just, like, lets them invalidate her research and says nothing about it. Not a goddamn thing. That's her husband. That's embarrassing.
And when she's like, we're going to bury you, Purcell, because that's the name of the other academic.
Right, him.
He's like, Helen, don't. Helen, no.
Right.
And then when Purcell is like, you know, you must really read my paper that I did like 10 years ago. And then he whips out his knowledge dick.
Yeah.
Not his real dick, but you know what I mean?
No,
like,
but his knowledge dick, yeah.
he don't say nothing.
No, not a thing.
He don't say no.
He
Purcell.
only cares when she's being combative, not when
Right.
Purcell is.
Right. And in fairness, she was a little out of hand.
That's fine.
She was fucking around and Purcell was going to have her find out. But Purcell's not her husband.
No.
Trevor is.
Right.
Trevor's
correct.
supposed to have her back.
Absolutely. And then this woman goes through literal hell.
Mm.
She is like, all of her friends are murdered. People think she's crazy. And I understand. Sure. Trevor thinks she's crazy. Fine. While your wife is institutionalized, you move on with the student you told her not to fucking worry about?
Yeah.
Are we fucking kidding? Don't sit there and condescend to me. Oh no, she wasn't flirting. Oh no, like, what are you talking about? You're fucking crazy. And then she gets with him. Ooh, I want it. And she painted her walls pink. Oh, I hate the color palette and throwing the fucking paint can. Oh, so good. I love Helen. I know she fucks around. I know she's a little problematic. I do love her at the end of the
Helen is... We'll get back to hating on Trevor. Don't you worry. But Helen is a great protagonist because she's flawed.
Absolutely.
But she's likable. Her heart's in the right place. She don't always think ethically.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like a young, ambitious, driven grad student. You know, you can be a good person and still let ambition get the best of you. It happens.
Just like Rachel Berry in Glee.
Okay.
We just watched like 2 episodes of Glee before we recorded this, so that's where my mind went.
We did, but I wasn't prepared for
all
this
of my
context.
Gleeks out there know what I'm talking about. She is ambitious but likable. Cool. And she can't read.
That's what I know. But you know who can read?
Helen.
Yeah, because she's a fucking grad student at University of Illinois.
Well, I would fucking hope she can read.
But yeah, back to hating Trevor.
Yeah.
I have an important question for you.
Yeah.
Who's worse, Trevor or Guy Woodhouse from Rosemary's Baby?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's Guy, right? Like, because he contributed to the sexual assault of his wife and also by the devil.
And also the birth of the Antichrist?
Like, and that too. Like, but I'm just talking about, like, as a partner. You know what I mean? Like, forget, like, the humanitarian scale. As a partner, it's still Guy because, like, she was raped because of him.
Right.
He allowed her to think that it was him who did the sexual assault. And it was also the devil.
I think Guy Woodhouse is a bad person. I think Trevor's a dick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's a difference. And I completely agree. There's levels to this shit. That being said, I'm still gonna fucking hate Trevor.
Trevor's a dick.
Trevor sucks.
He sucks so hard.
There's something so... I know it's like a 2-second clip, but there is something so good about the fact that at the beginning, she's like, hey, I'm worried about that one. And then he's like, you shouldn't be. You're crazy. Because what woman has not been there? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure I don't mean to say it's just a woman exclusive problem, but every single woman that I know has had an ex-boyfriend who ended up moving on with the girl that she was not supposed to worry about.
And I think it's, to your point, I think it's like, I want to say it's really funny, but funny is not the right word. That, like, in the scene that we're talking about, like, she calls her out correctly and right away. And I forget exactly how she says it, but, like, you know, the one that can't stop smiling at you and can't even look me in the eye. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I just guess I'm simply irresistible. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Rude. You're
a college professor in your mid-40s with a receding hairline. Like, you're...
like, let's calm down.
Yeah. You got it. Helen Lyle's like a 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. She's beautiful. She's smart. She knows how to cook.
She's driven.
She knows how to read.
Yeah. Well, and then we get to the end. And let me tell you, Trevor gets what's fucking coming to him because he fucked around on Helen. Mm-hmm. And he finds out.
Literally.
Because he gets fucking sad in the bathroom. First of all, it would have been just enough him being sad and alone because he realizes that he's unfulfilled by his college floozy. And then I cannot tell you the visceral reaction I had when he said her name for the first time because I was like, and then he said it again and I was just waiting. I was like, I felt like I was at a sporting event. I was on the edge of my seat waiting for it to happen. Oh, it was so good, Austin. It was so good. I was so excited.
I'm glad he loved that because I love it too.
It was so good. I mean, the whole movie is like phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but like that scene, I cheered, I screamed. Oh, it was good. Anyway, I fucking hate Trevor. I know we just talked for like 10 minutes about how Trevor fucking sucks. Fucking hate Trevor.
Me and my homies hate Trevor.
I haven't even seen this movie, and just the way you've described Trevor makes me feel like he's somebody who, in his really closest inner circles, goes by Trev.
He does seem like a Trev, doesn't he?
He's a professor at the University of Illinois.
Yeah, but like
Jeremy.
his
I don't know
closest-
if
no, his closest friends call him Trev.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying. Okay, yeah.
No, but like, okay, his closest friends call
Well,
him
they're not
Trev.
calling him Professor Trev.
No,
Like, they're just
listen.
calling
His
him Trev.
closest friends call him Trev, but like he makes like every single one of his colleagues, especially the women, call him Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
That's where I'm at.
Like
Jeremy, you
his
gotta
friends,
watch
his
this
friends that have
movie.
known him from before he became Dr. Trev, they just call him Trev. Because they're like, you're always going to be Trev to me.
He still makes the college girl he's cheating on or cheating with.
Call him Doctor.
Yeah, call him Doctor.
Yep.
That's Dr. Trev to you.
That's so real. Dr. Trev is crazy. I'm sorry. That's so funny. I like know that's not what we said, but that's fucking hilarious.
Jeremy,
Yes.
did you watch The Walking Dead?
Yes.
So Trevor is played by Xander Berkeley,
Okay.
who is in that show. I don't know when he played on it. He's also in Terminator 2, Judgment Day. He plays, I think, John Connor's stepdad.
He's like he's like an important character.
He's
The Walking
later
Dead.
in the show.
In The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He comes in actually in season 2.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just on it for like 3 years.
Okay, because I watched
He plays
some...
Herschel.
No, not Herschel.
Am I
That's
wrong?
Scott.
No, he's Gregory.
Xander Berkeley plays
Gregory.
Yeah, because Scott...
Oh no, he's actually only in season 1. And part of season 2, I believe.
Is Xander
I believe so. If I'm looking at the right picture.
He was in 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, he was in later. Okay.
So you're not good at this.
Yeah, you were very wrong, my
I just keep
friend.
seeing old white men, and there's a few,
Who plays Herschel? That's Scott Kane, right?
I think.
That's his name?
I've never seen this show. I'm just doing Google.
Just
Well,
doing
am I right?
Google.
He does play Gregory.
Oh, Scott Conn. Is that who you meant?
I think so. He was in Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Oh, well, then it's not Scott Conn. I don't know who we're talking about.
Herschel.
Who the fuck is Herschel?
He owned a farm.
Herschel
You can
Green.
see why I saw this picture of Xander Berkeley and was like, Herschel.
That's not a picture of Xander Berkeley.
Okay, well,
That's
this
the
lied to
problem.
me
That's
then.
the problem.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
everything's wrong.
Okay.
Scott Wilson.
Scott Wilson. Yes, Scott Wilson.
Different fucking guy.
I got Scott right.
He was in all the Shiloh movies.
Oh. Xander Berkeley was in Air Force One. He plays one of the I think he plays one of the traitor agents. But I could be wrong. Have you guys seen Air Force One?
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That's a real president.
He was in Mommy
that movie.
Dearest.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Okay, you can't just be like. After,
I'm just surprised you, of all people, haven't seen Mommy Dearest.
What's that about?
It's like a
Moms.
psychological horror from
She's actually right. This
The
is actually
80s.
very surprising.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Wild.
But anyways, that's enough about Trevor. Xander Berkeley is a great actor, but enough about Trevor.
No more Trev.
I think we should keep talking.
Moving on from Trev.
Okay.
What's
fine.
next?
So, are we ready to talk about cultural impact?
I think so.
Okay. So, we've already kind of started talking about like this as black horror and how it was specifically like changed to represent this black horror. However, we do have to talk about like the criticisms of it briefly.
Yeah.
So the problem with Candyman is that it kind of plays into stereotypes about black men. So there's a specific stereotype, the Mandingo buck trope, that was basically like a way that slave owners would sell slaves by promoting them as hypersexual and virile and strong in order to kind of like make them seem like they would be better workers. That has perpetrated throughout the day. I mean, white people in this country have a very long history of imposing like very threatening physicality onto black men. And we have Tony Todd, who is this very large, dark-skinned black man with a very deep voice, who stands in a very imposing way, but also like his obsession with Helen, as well as his like previous lover, who it's kind of implied that Helen is her reincarnated. They share a lot of very similar characteristics, is deeply sexual, which is kind of playing into that stereotype a little bit. He, lifts the hem of her skirt with his hook. He like repeats the phrase "be my victim" a bunch. He wants her to kiss him at some point. It also kind of plays into like black on black crime by having most of his victims be in Cabrini Green. So these are kind of something that all of like critics of Candyman have pointed at to talk about the problematic aspects of the character. That being said, his extreme violence is central to his character because of the violence that was perpetrated onto him in life.
Right.
Which is kind of showing this like historical cycle of violence. And the residents of Cabrini Green immortalized his story when he was still Daniel Robitaille. They like show like on the walls of the abandoned apartment his cycle of his life before he became the myth. And so in that way, he's also kind of immortalized as this like almost guardian. Even though he's not a positive figure, he's like always watching over the other people of the town.
He refers to the community as his congregation.
Yes. And he says if they don't believe in him, then he will cease to exist,
right.
which is very like religious imagery. And that's the larger message, right? You don't really die if people remember you. It doesn't really matter how they remember you. Fear you, worship you, revere you, but they remember you. I think this is kind of the other side of that coin. We have lost so many names and personal experiences in the history of blackness in America because of the fact that nobody felt that they were worth remembering. So the fact that the residents of Cabrini Green immortalized this man's life, who was a slave, who was freed, got this education,
became an
artist, and decided to tell that story over and over again, whether or not the scary part after that is real, is also kind of like a celebration of like black people in horror specifically. And I think it's also worth pointing out that despite the stereotypes, at this point, the reputation of black people in horror is that they're the one who dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because at this point, there's not a lot of black roles, one in horror movies, but in movies.
In movies in general, right? And they're specific to generally comedy in the 80s and 90s.
Like Eddie Murphy could lead.
For sure.
And Denzel Washington can lead.
Right.
But other than that, you see the same few actors.
And usually playing very tropey roles.
Oh, and like in the 60s and 70s, it was only Sidney Poitier.
Right.
For mainstream. Like, obviously, you have the blaxploitation movement with, like, Shaft being the most famous.
Right. Well, and there's, like, a Shaft-like character in The Crow who is played by Tony Todd. Spoiler alert. It's not, like, really that much of a spoiler. But it's, like, it's similar. And
like, Platoon has Tony Todd and Keith David in the minor roles. But to bring it to horror, you're right. Black roles in horror movies at this point were relegated to they die early, if not first, other than the character of Ben in Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
Which is a really weird way to say it. I had a weird cadence to that.
But I know what you mean.
But Night of the Living Dead, yeah. Which, funnily enough, when Tom Savini remade that film in 1990, Tony Todd played the character of Ben. So, Tony Todd's no stranger to being... At this point, he's not a stranger to being in horror. But I think what this movie's really, really important for is it's the first true black horror icon.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think, like, in the context of the story, the idea that, like, you know, you don't die until the last person alive, like, forgets you.
Mhm.
The quote unquote Coco effect, as it were,
Coco.
is really essential because, like, okay, so I'm getting this. I'm not coming up with this myself, but I am getting this from the article on medium.com called The History, Collective Memory, and More in Candyman, where the author of this article talks about the phenomenon of being less dead. So they talk about how this term, the less dead, denotes people who were not considered as mournable as other people. And it first came out when talking about the serial killer Samuel Little and how his victims were black women, sex workers, substance use disorders as less dead. They're people who live on the margins of society. They're people who nobody would miss, quote unquote, and they often become the less remembered. The victims get lost. You know what I mean? You're remembering the serial killer. You're not thinking about his victims.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing with, like, Jack the Ripper. Most of Jack the Ripper's victims are prostitutes and, like, lower income people and homeless people who were not as remembered. So Jack the Ripper becomes the immortal. That's not the fucking case in Candyman. He doesn't allow himself to be, quote unquote, less dead. Daniel Robitaille has limited power. He is mutilated. He is lynched. He is, like, left for dead with bees. And in his own time would be considered less dead. His brutal murder would have been justified. He would have had it brought upon himself. But because he is Candyman, because he has come back as something to fear, he is able to live on. And that's something that Candyman himself is obsessed with. He says, and I quote, "I am rumor. It is a blessed condition, believe me, to be whispered about at street corners, to live in other people's dreams, but to not have to be," is, like, fucking crazy. And this kind of immortality is usually reserved for perfect victims, right? The nice girl who gets unfortunately murdered by the evil bad guy who had straight A's and is usually white and had, like, the perfect, you know, outlook on life and the perfect family. That's usually who gets immortalized. But Candyman being able to, like, be something who gets remembered despite the fact that he's not a perfect victim, certainly not. He kills people.
Yeah.
Is subversive in and of itself. Even if the tropes that he kind of comes out with come off a little bit iffy in modern day, he's been solidified as a black horror icon because of that.
Right.
He's able to have this immortality that, again, black people in movies in general, but specifically in horror, were not able to have.
Right. Because at this time, because even now, there's still not that many black horror villains.
Right.
There's the Tethered in Us, right? But, like, think about Jordan Peele's made 3 bangers. Black people are not the villains in Get Out.
No.
And Nope features a monster in Jean Jacket. So Us.
And also, Us came out in the 2010s
2019,
or
yeah.
2020s. Yeah, very, very late 2019 or 2010s. Candyman was out in the early 90s. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, the point is, at the time, definitely not happening.
And even now,
not really a thing.
I mean, and there are films where it's like, maybe if they were more successful, maybe they'd have an icon on there. It's hard to have an icon.
Right.
So, like, this year, the movie The Woman in the Yard came out. I don't know if The Woman in the Yard's going to become an icon. I didn't see that film. There's the Tales from the Hood franchise trilogy, I think, which Tony Todd's in one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any icons from that. I mean, fairly well-known films, but nothing like a Candyman's coming from those films. It's hard to make an icon. So for Candyman to transcend that and join the ranks of Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Chucky, Pinhead, I think it says a lot a credit to everyone involved, but also that need for black representation, even in the more villainous way.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now you get more black heroes in horror. Well, one of the first was Ben from Night of the Living Dead, which came out in 1960, I think.
Right.
And then the remake in 1990. But, like, the Jordan Peele films obviously have representation heroically. I'm trying to think of more.
Yeah, me too.
They're still not as met. There's still not, but there's more now.
I guess, like, technically Blade, but
Blade rules.
Blade fucking rules.
Blade counts. Blade counts. We'll give it to Blade because Blade rules.
Selena from 28 Days Later.
But she's not a main character. That's
No, she's
Cillian
not.
Murphy's movie.
Right.
You know?
Fool.
Yeah. Fool. Oh, definitely Fool. It's just, I don't know if that movie... Oh, no. We'll count. Yeah, Fool definitely counts.
I think Fool counts.
I was trying to think of
Fool,
icons.
But, like, here's the thing. We are struggling.
Yeah,
to think of
that's the
anything.
point.
That's fair. Okay, maybe Fool is not iconic to you. He's iconic in my heart.
He's iconic to me. I'm trying to say just culturally.
No, that's fair.
But speaking of people under the stairs, I did it again. Can we talk about traumatic dog deaths?
Oh my God, no. It was horrifying. And they didn't even show the death, but the dog was enough. Fucking rip.
Yeah, no, his head clean off.
Stop.
It
was awful.
When I rewatched it the other day,
Uh-huh.
I was like, fuck, Lisa's gonna hate me.
I just, like, you keep doing this to me, man. Like, I just, like, there's a lot of dogs who fucking die.
There was I think
Here's the thing, is I should have known, like, it's all been downhill since Ginger Snaps, right? Like, Ginger Snaps, it was, like, 8 dogs. And then,
Yeah.
like, ever since then, it's been, like, less dogs, but more gruesome dog deaths.
Yeah, I think it was Halloween when you were saying it's been like a month since we had a gruesome dog death, and it's
Yeah.
like we were okay during musical month.
Yeah, now we're back.
Now we're right away,
Every other month, we've got to have a dog death.
and this might probably be the worst
Yeah, it's a lot.
worst of the bunch.
It's a lot.
And you know what sucks?
What?
That dog didn't say Candyman in the mirror 5 times.
No, he didn't do anything. He found out and he didn't even fuck around.
Mm-mm. I mean, he was like 4 fake out jump scares,
I
but
guess.
that's not his fault.
He didn't do that.
That's his job. But yeah,
I just looked up the 25 most traumatic dog deaths in movies.
is he number 1?
I don't know, but he fucking should be.
He was number 1.
I think I Am Legend is probably going to be number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Candyman
fair.
didn't even make the list.
They probably haven't seen it.
Probably not. I Am Legend is 6. I need to find out who number 1 is. Oh, it's Two Socks and Dances with Wolves.
That's...
I've never seen that movie because of my fear, so I don't really know what that means.
If you want to know what her fear is, you can find it, and we've said it before.
Probably, but it's...
You certainly don't want to say his name 5 times.
God, I'm not... No, I can't do it. Oh, my heart just started racing. For those of you who don't know, I have a fear of Kevin Costner. That's it. That's all. I don't have anything else to say except for that I have a fear of Kevin Costner. I'm really sorry about it. I know that this is a horror movie podcast, and you probably expected me to say something cooler. It's just Kevin Costner. Baseball movies are really hard for me.
They say he appears if you watch Field of Dreams 5 times in a row.
Good news. Never gonna happen.
I ain't even going to watch it once in a row.
I don't even hate that movie. And Jeremy probably would watch it 5 times in a row.
I don't know about in a row.
He's gonna watch fucking Draft Day 5 times.
No, Kevin Costner tried to like branch out. He was like, I'm not limited to baseball. I can also do football. And then we were all like, kinda.
Also, I just want to say I'm an idiot. The biggest black horror movie of all time came out this year, and we talked about it last week.
That's so fucking funny. You're so right. Smoke and Stack are literal black horror icons.
Yeah, like a bunch of people were smoking stack for Halloween.
Like so many people.
And they're both protagonist and horror icon. Like,
can I say this? And I'm gonna say it once, and then I'm gonna move on because, like, you know, I don't want to segue into a movie we literally already talked about. I saw a tweet about 6 months ago that said the most insufferable interracial couple that you know are going to be Mary and Stack for Halloween. And do you know how many Mary and Stack costumes I saw? It was a lot. It was very many. And every time I thought about that tweet, not saying that you people are insufferable, just saying that somebody out there thinks you are.
and that there should be more Candyman and Helen costumes.
Yeah. Why not? Fuck Trevor.
That is the romance. Candyman and Helen have such great chemistry.
It would be great. It's a little predatory, but I still, like, get the vibes. I mean, listen, here's the thing. Is, like, Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Listen, he's on my top 10 horror movie villain, like, hottest horror movie villains list for a reason.
Cold take is he is the hottest horror movie villain.
He's up there for sure.
He's number one.
He's number 3 for me. I'm sorry.
Well, who's your number one? Christine?
No, my number 1 is not a car.
Have you told me who your number one is?
Yeah.
I'm forgetting.
It's Stumacher.
This is a good one.
Listen, I'm not saying it's the objectively right choice. I'm just saying it's my choice.
No, it's a good one.
But Tony Todd,
he's a bit too
up there.
ditzy for me.
I like that in a man.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Either way, they're both tall.
Me and Stumacher, correct.
Yep.
No one has to know.
Who's number 2?
Billy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I really like Scream.
No, that's fair. Can I say something about
Stilly?
Skeet? Yeah. Every time I watch Scream, I assume Billy Loomis is shorter than me. But I've met Skeet Ulrich a couple times at horror conventions.
Is he tall?
He's taller than me.
Nice.
He's like 6'1" or 6'2".
How tall are you?
He might be 6'3", actually. I'm 5'11".
Okay.
So, but Matthew Lillard is so tall.
And how tall are you, Jeremy?
Also 5'11", for sure. I am 5'5". That's just on the internet forever now. That's all she did that for.
Yeah. It is what I did it for. You could have kept the joke going. I wouldn't have exposed you.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
That's okay.
But Matthew Lillard is so tall.
Yeah.
That he makes Skeet Ulrich
Look tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not.
He's
He's taller
not.
than me. You know who else was taller than me?
Who?
Tony Todd.
Yeah, he's like 6'4".
I think he was 6'5", actually.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah. I go to a lot of horror conventions, and I was very lucky to have met Tony Todd a couple years ago. It was a great experience. He was lovely to meet. But yeah, I went. I'm like, and one of the first things I could think of was, you are tall.
Every time I hear the name Steve Ulrich, I think, for whatever reason in my head, I think Spike Albrecht.
Get out of here with your bullshit, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm not even a Michigan fan. He just tortured us, and now that is the name I have in my head every time I hear stuff.
Every time I hear it, I think, oh, skeet, motherfucker. Oh, skeet, goddamn.
I think that too.
But-
Lisa and I are correct. Jeremy, get with the program.
I'm sorry. The real horror film is me accidentally thinking about Michigan every single time we bring up Skeet.
Are we ready for our superlatives?
There's just so much to say. I'll wrap it up so I can say yes.
Okay.
There's just so much to talk about with this film. I do think culturally, from horror culturally, not black culturally, because I'm not black.
What?
Right? I mean, technically, if you just listen to the show, how would you know?
Because they've all seen our picture.
I'm just saying, if you only listen to the show, don't follow us on Insta.
That's fair.
How would you know?
You should follow us on Insta.
At Austin M. Torres.
At Whimsawillow. We're going to plug that later.
Yeah, you can plug more than one. This is our show. We do what we want.
That's fair.
Fuck around,
But
find
yeah,
out.
Anyway, in
If you say
horror
"Would You Die
history, which
Show"
is
5 times,
if you say
we'll show up.
If you say "Would You Die" show 5 times, we will show up. See, do you like how I said it clearly without interrupting you, so that way, like, I could get the credit for it in the edit?
That's fair. That's fine.
And you will. But I think Candyman is one of those films that it's not as famous as Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street, Jaws, Silence of the Lambs. But it's a film that I just think is truly... I think it's a piece of art. I think it's such a good and nuanced film that every horror fan should see at least once. And there's so much to talk. We're barely scratching the surface. There's so much to talk about with this film. But yeah, let's get into our superlatives.
All right. Last thing I'll say is this is a movie that feels like a movie.
Yeah. We haven't said that in a while.
Yep. All right. Who would you save?
I would save Bernadette.
Damn.
Did you say the same
I
thing?
also did. But I will save the dog. Here's the thing.
I usually save the puppies.
Here's the thing. Is because I would save Helen, and I feel like that's the obvious answer. I want Trevor to suffer, and he doesn't suffer if she does not become the next Candymanette.
Yeah.
Candymanette. I could have said Candywoman. I said
Most people do
Candymanette.
say Candywoman.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Anyway, so yeah, I would either save Bernadette or the dog if Austin's already saving Bernadette.
I'll save Bernadette so you can save the dog.
Cool. Favorite scare?
So there are a lot of great scares. I'm going to give you 1A and 1B because they're doing 2 different things.
All right.
Okay. Actually, I lied.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to give you my favorite moment because I also think it's the scariest moment. Then I'm going to give you my favorite kill.
Okay.
This way, just covering my bases.
Yeah.
It's not /Tober. We don't have best kill in the superlatives.
Right.
But I'm still going to give you my favorite scene in the whole movie is Candyman's introduction in the parking garage.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It is so good. It's the first time in the movie it's the first time Candyman shows up in the plot.
Yeah.
It's 45, 50 minutes in. At this point, you see Tony Todd in like a quick little flash near the beginning.
Right, in the mirror, but that's it.
During like a story that's being told. And then you hear his voice in the very beginning. You don't hear it again until like 45 minutes in. And at this time, this point in the film, it's like, is Candyman even real? Helen. And Helen's like, look, who's there? He's like, I came for you. And he's just talking about like, you were not content with the stories, so I was obliged to come. It's so good. I'm not even paraphrasing. These are his exact quotes.
Right.
And it's like when Helen gets attacked by the fake Candyman earlier in the movie, he's holding a hook, and he just like, you see him, it's like that. I hear you looking for Candyman, bitch. That guy. It's like you're watching it. It's like I know that's not Candyman, but like I guess. When Tony Todd's voice just like, and then you see the hook all bloody in his like arm stump, and you see his face clearly, and it's like, be my victim. Oh my God, it's so good. It's shot so well. Philip Glass is going ham, and then they actually hypnotized Virginia Madsen,
Right.
for these scenes. So, which is insane.
I didn't know that.
And that's why she's like so good, is because she's actually literally hypnotized.
Wild.
And you're watching this film, and it just before this point in the movie, you're watching a very good movie. this is a point where you realize you're watching a great work of art.
Yep.
And then before you know it, Helen's lying in some apartment she doesn't know, covered in blood, and then she sees the head of a Rottweiler, and it just goes 0 to 60.
Yep.
It's insane. It's one of my favorite moments in any movie, let alone horror. I think it is it is one of my favorite introductions to a villain in any movie. It's up there with the chestburster from Alien and Darth Vader just walking up in A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's that level of iconic. Do you want to say what your favorite scare is before I tell you my favorite kill?
No, you can go ahead because mine's not a kill.
Okay.
So I don't think that it will be.
So the other way in which I can think is scary, because I think it's it's viscerally violent, is when Helen calls Candyman to the psychiatrist's office, and then Candyman shows up and guts him from behind.
Yeah.
It's so bloody and so, like, raw. And the movie's very violent, but this is the first time you actually see Candyman committing the violence.
Right.
Before that, you really just see the aftermath. But this is when you, like, really see. And it's like, he doesn't just, like, slash at you. He digs his hook into you and yanks it, and
It's good.
it's painful.
It kind of reminds me of, I don't really feel like we've seen kills that feel that, like, I mean, like, this is crazy to say, we've been doing this for almost a year, but, like,
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't seen kills that look that, like, they really want to dig into it and savor it.
Right.
Outside of, like, Ginger Snaps. Like, that's the last time that I really remember being like, oh my god, the kills themselves are, like, whoa.
Right. Because, like, a lot of the movies we covered are fun.
Right.
So they don't, like...
Well, and a lot of the movies that we covered are also, like, they have creative kills or, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But this is, like, this is visceral. This is personal.
Right. And it's upsetting in a way that you don't find in horror, really. I think for me, the other kill off the top of my head where they really draw it out is Quint in Jaws.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Robert Shaw's screams in that scene still haunt me. And it's very drawn out. But yeah, this death, and then blood splattered all over Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen. It's so good. And then he just, like, yeets himself out the window, and it makes me kind of laugh every time. He just goes, yeet. So good. What is your favorite scare?
My favorite scare is Candyman's hook in the medicine cabinet.
Oh, that's a good one.
I jumped out of my seat. Like, it was just, like, a very good moment. Because, like, obviously, you can hear the music. You expect, like, something to happen. But I assumed he was going to come around the corner. I even thought maybe she'd close the door to the medicine cabinet and he'd be, like, in the mirror, something like that. But, like, was not expecting him to full on just, like, boom.
Because you would expect that.
Because, like, what the fuck? But
Yeah.
it was good. I really liked that moment. So, what's your Tony Todd Award for movie MVP?
I have... No one's going to guess this.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Tony Todd.
Okay. I think I'm also going to go Tony Todd.
I think it might be like a actual sin if we don't give the Tony Todd Award for movie
Tony
MVP
Todd in his most
to
iconic
Tony Todd.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put exactly in my notes, quote, ... it's Tony Todd, bitch.
Yeah, real. Like, I said earlier, you're watching Candyman, first 45 minutes, you're watching a good movie.
Yeah.
Tony Todd shows up and it's art.
Yep.
Tony Todd shows up and it's like, oh, I'm watching one of the best horror movies, like, ever made.
Yep. Real.
And it's just, I think that it's one of his finest performances.
Yeah.
There's a reason he became an icon.
Yeah, I would agree.
And this is just a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to say how good Virginia Madsen is as Helen. She's fantastic. A lot of the supporting cast is really good, especially the little boy who plays Jake. He's really good.
He's phenomenal.
Bernard Rose, as a director, really created something gothic and transcends horror in a time where horror was like Friday the 13th Part 8 and Halloween 6. You know, like there was a bunch of sequels and direct-to-video schlock at this time. It was before Scream rejuvenized the franchise. Early 90s were dark days for horror. You got your bangers in the early 90s.
Right.
Silence of the Lambs being probably one of the greatest horror films
Candyman.
ever made. But yeah, Candyman, yeah. But like this came out in a time where horror was maybe at its lowest point. If this movie came out today, people would call it elevated horror. No, it's just a really fucking good horror.
Really fucking good. Yeah.
I'm sorry if this has been brought up, but we're talking about Tony Todd and his, contributions to horror and film and pop culture in general. Did you guys know? So he was obviously in. I know we're gonna probably talk about this movie at some point, but he was in the new Final Destination, obviously.
Yeah.
Did you know that his final line was improvised?
He came straight from the heart.
Yeah. His final line in the movie, he was...
Spoiler alert, by the way. I don't know if that matters.
Spoilers for people who haven't seen Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yes.
That is a film that came out this
Just
year.
hit
Let's
that forward 10 seconds button. But his final line of that movie was, "Life is precious. Enjoy every single second. You never know when. Good luck." And that was an improvised line where he...
And then he died?
And he knew he was dying.
He knew he was sick.
I knew he had stomach cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when he improvised that, he knew
it was his final goodbye.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fucking horrific. I'm sorry. It's not actually horrific. It's beautiful, but like this.
I was about to say that was that was a choice word.
No, horrific in like that happened. Like
Yeah.
fuck.
But also beautiful in the way like he knew
he got to say goodbye.
He got to do what every actor probably wants and wishes he could or they could. You know.
Yeah.
He got
especially
to say
in a
to his
franchise
fans.
that meant
so much. I mean, he was in all of them, right?
Most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them, but one that was beloved by a bunch of people. I mean, obviously this is speculation, but just from the countless interviews I've watched over the year, I would say he was most attached to Candyman.
Probably.
And he also had an appearance in that film. I would have liked to see a lot more, but we're not talking about Candyman 2021 today.
Right.
And he's great in the sequels. I think Candyman... There's Candyman 2, which I think is called Farewell to the Flesh, and Candyman 3, which I think is Day of the Dead. But in Candyman 2, he's really good. And I think Candyman 2 is actually a decent movie. Candyman 3, I think, is actually a really bad movie, but he's still really good in it.
Yeah.
And then he's just great in so many other movies. He was a prolific actor. I think this is the film he was most proud to be a part of. And I think it's awesome because Candyman is a film that it is one of those like films that just transcend the genre. So yeah, the Tony Todd Award for movie MVP has to go to Tony Todd, because while I think this is a stellar movie, it does not work without Tony Todd. He is why that character just hypnotized and mesmerized so many people. And yeah, so rest in peace. He was beloved in the horror community. And it's been a year, but still, yeah, that dude was a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a privilege that we're able to still consume his work and see his passion through the screen, and that's wonderful. So moving on, is the score better than Jaws?
No. But
it's damn good.
I would say it's an easy top 10 horror score.
Yeah, I think it's great. So this is Philip Glass.
We gotta talk about Philip Glass.
Who's done a lot of shit. I wrote down some of my favorites, but I'd like to know what your favorites are. I wrote down my top 3 favorite film scores by Philip Glass. I want to know yours.
I don't know if I know him off the top of my head. I know him more of like...
Just like his regular
Yeah.
art. Okay.
But Candyman.
Okay. That's fair. I don't really know a lot of his, like, non-movie work.
Well, he did like Einstein at the Beach, right? That's Philip Glass, right?
Maybe.
Did I make that up?
No, he didn't. He did. That's correct.
It's like... I like that one. Oh, cool. He did the Truman Show.
Yeah, so my top 3, I'll just say it because you're going to spoil it if I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are Dracula, The Hours, and The Truman Show.
Wait, Dracula?
Mm-hmm.
Like, which one?
He did like a screening of the 1931 Dracula.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they did, like, 1999, he finished, like, a new soundtrack to go along with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know him from Candyman.
That's fair. But The Hours is a movie that's, like, kind of fucked up, but it is a psychological period drama.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It, like, is based on, like, Mrs. Dalloway, by Virginia Woolf, and it is, like, it stars Nicole Kidman, Julianne Moore, and Meryl Streep. And Meryl Streep is, like, in 2001, she's, like, 2001 New York. In 1950s California, Julianne Moore is played by plays Laura Brown. And then Nicole Kidman plays Virginia Woolf, writing Mrs. Dalloway. So it's, like, a time jump kind of, like, film. It's very cool.
Cool.
And the score is very, like, driving the way that Candyman is, like.
Mm-hmm. Well, Candyman's interesting because I'm very much go brass or go home.
Mm-hmm.
There's no brass in this score.
No, he's not a big brass guy.
But I'm still captivated by it.
Mm-hmm.
It fits this movie so well because it's really just piano, organ, and choir.
Mm-hmm.
And a music box.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good.
It's incredible. In the track, it's always been you, or it was always you, Helen. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so good. And the music when he appears, I love that. So it's so like you're transported to another world almost.
Yeah, I agree.
What is our next?
So our next one is a fine addition to your collection. Do you own this movie?
I own it on Blu-ray and 4K. And I have several shirts.
That's beautiful.
And I have a Candyman figure. There's not as much Candyman merch.
No, it's not as big of a thing. I want his coat.
Halloween. You want his coat?
Yeah.
It's a great coat.
His coat fucks.
Yeah. I want to be his victim.
Okay.
Candyman's hot.
I don't want to be his victim because being his victim entails bees.
Be his victim. He says it.
Buzz his victim. So I'm gonna be controversial. I really loved this movie.
Yay.
I don't know if it's a repeat for me.
Why?
Because here's the thing about Fuck Around and Find Out Month. I don't think any of them are going to be repeats for me. And it's because I get so scared that I'm going to accidentally fuck up the rules that there is nothing more than this specific genre of movie that like fucks with me. Because what if I accidentally unearth a curse?
Well, one of the movies that we're covering this month is my annual Christmas watch.
Yeah.
It's Candyman. No.
Oh.
No.
I was like, wow, that's an interesting choice.
But
no,
while you bring that up.
No, okay, that's fair. That one I do watch relatively often, but the other ones, no. Okay.
Well, one I don't blame you for sure.
Is it next week?
Yeah.
Because I can't. I'm so scared, Austin.
We got this.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I believe in me too.
I've seen it. It's a great film.
Yeah, but I've watched the other version.
We don't want
of
to. We don't want to.
I know. We're not. You can cut that out. But
Nah.
calm down. I just said you could cut it out. Jeez.
Hey, don't fuck around.
It's a lot. This is really intense just to try to avoid the audience finding out that we're watching Shrek next week.
Number 2, my lord. But while you bring up that this may not be a repeat viewing for you, which I would argue, that doesn't mean you can't have it in your collection.
I guess that's fair.
Just have it on your shelf.
True.
But while you say this, I have a list on my Letterboxd, which I call the 10 Timers Club.
Are they movies you've watched 10 times?
In my Letterboxd era.
In your Letterboxd era. Have you watched Candyman 10 times in your Letterboxd era?
I literally added it the other day.
Nice.
Because it was my 10th time in my Letterboxd era, which I've only watched Candyman in my Letterboxd era.
That's awesome.
I watched it for the first
Can I know your
time.
other 10 Timers Clubs, or is that something we should save?
No, I can tell you.
Please.
Because we've covered 2 of them.
Okay.
Shrek 1, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third.
I don't think I've watched any of the Shrek movies in my Letterboxd era.
I thought you were about to say ever. I was like, that's
literally-
worse than Forrest Gump.
I literally just referenced it.
Yeah.
Or do you want to get? Okay, so
Okay,
there's
yeah,
7.
I kind of want to
How many
guess.
are there again?
1, 2, 3,
7.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you just said
I
it.
So
know,
I'm
I
gonna
was
say
confirming.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say one. No, I'm not gonna say one. I'm gonna say one that's not on there just to kind of tell people.
Okay.
I have 7 films where I've seen 10 or more times. These are not all the films I've seen 10 times. I've seen Raiders
Right.
of the Lost Ark
No,
10
but
ti-
in your
more than
Letterboxd
10 times.
era.
I've not seen it 10 times since January 2018.
Okay.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
how many are horror movies? Like straight up, no arguments horror movies.
2. No, I'm sorry. 3. 3 and then 2 are arguments.
Okay. I'm going to start with Jurassic Park.
That is number 1. Do you want to guess how many times I've seen Jurassic Park?
17.
That was also my guess.
Do you want to have a guess of how many times I've seen it in my Letterboxd era?
17.
17.
Oh, you both guessed 17. I thought you were saying Jurassic Park was also your guess.
No. 17.
Since January 2018, I've seen Jurassic Park 22 times.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's my favorite movie.
I know it is.
I've seen
Okay.
it 4 times this year.
Ween.
Ween is not on there.
Ween's not on there? Okay, but we've covered another one though, right?
We have covered, including Candyman, we have covered 3.
Okay.
Ween is not on there. Ween is 9.
Okay. So it's almost there.
It's almost there.
Okay. So here's Okay. Okay.
I have a guess.
Go ahead.
Jaws.
Jaws is up there, second place, 13 times.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You've watched Jurassic Park 9 more times.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
Damn. Okay.
Nightmares.
2025 War of the Worlds.
No, Scream.
Scream's up there, yes.
Okay. So
Scream's
that's
up there with
4
12 times.
So we've gotten 4 out of the 7.
Yes.
And we've gotten all the ones that we've covered on the pod.
Well, technically you haven't named one, but we are talking about it right now.
That's 4. Including
Oh,
Candyman.
including Candyman. Then yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have 3
You
left.
covered the horror movies.
So we have 3 left. Okay.
One of them is adjacent. The other 2 are not close to horror.
Okay. I'm going to guess, is one of them a Star War?
It is.
Okay. Is it Revenge of the Sith?
It is not.
Is it the other one that I always confuse with the Revenge of the Sith because it starts with an R, but it's the better one?
Return of the Jedi.
Oh, no. It's
Return
not
of the Jedi is the worst.
No,
one,
Empire.
right?
It's Empire Strikes Back.
It's Empire
right?
Strikes.
Yeah, it's Empire.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Has to be. It's the best.
Okay,
one.
Return of the Jedi is not the worst Star Wars movie.
No, it's not the worst Star Wars movie.
But
That's
it-
not what I meant.
but it ain't Empire.
It's worse than Return of
Revenge of the
Sith.
I would agree. I would agree with
I
that.
would agree, yeah.
Okay, so that's 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
Empire. I love it. That's my favorite Star Wars movie.
I knew that. We've
Boba
talked
Fett.
about that. Boba Fett.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, he just said that wasn't
That's
on there,
not on
right?
there?
Surprisingly, I've only seen
yeah,
Raiders
that
6
is
times
surprising.
in my Letterboxd
He
era.
never listens
I'm
to you.
thinking
Yeah, I know.
of films.
But he explicitly said that
I
one
know.
was.
So you
but
got
I
2
have
more.
I have other films going through my head.
Okay.
I can
You got
only-
2 more. One of them's horror adjacent. One of them's not horror at all.
Okay, horror adjacent. That could be anything.
The
I'll
Simpsons
tell you,
movie.
I consider Jurassic Park to be, or maybe not horror adjacent, but people argue if it's horror or not.
Yeah. Teen Wolf. No, I'm just kidding.
I've watched it 10 times this year.
Yeah, because that was the first time I watched it.
Yeah, well, how do you feel?
Ice Cube's War of the Worlds.
Stop. You've said that
I
already.
know, but I just feel like
You're
I
gonna
would
keep
watch
saying it
10
until I
times.
say
I'm
yes.
gonna say it until he watches it 10 times.
Okay, Gremlins.
It's at 9.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's going
almost
this
said that
year.
This year it will be.
Yes.
Because it's an annual rewatch.
Right.
This is bugging the shit out of me. I've got to guess these last two. I have to. I'm so far in.
Think
Have I seen both of these movies to your knowledge?
one, I'm pretty sure you haven't.
Okay. Have I
One,
heard,
I know you have.
have I heard of both of these movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Documentary.
I wouldn't overthink. Think franchises Austin really likes.
I know, and there's an obvious one that I'm missing. I know it is.
One of them's not horror, but you've known me a long time. You know I love these movies.
Back to the Future.
It's not Back to the Future. That's a good guess, though.
Are we marveling?
We're marveling.
Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's not Guardians. Guardians?
That was
is
also gonna be my guess.
up there with. I've seen it 5 in my Letterboxd era.
Is it Into the Spider-Verse?
It's not Into the Spider-Verse.
Damn.
That is 6. I've seen it 6 times.
But
according
is
to
it a
this.
Spider-Man movie?
Spider-Man's in it.
Infinity War.
It's not Infinity War.
Civil War.
You're going the wrong way.
Endgame.
It is Endgame.
Okay.
Man,
I've seen Endgame
I like
10
Infinity
times.
War more than Endgame, and that's why I went there.
I like Endgame more because I like the music better.
That's
That's
fair. Okay. And then there's another one that is horror adjacent.
Yes.
Is it also a franchise?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna freak out. Is it an Indiana Jones movie that's not Raiders?
No.
Okay. Is it a franchise we've already mentioned? Like during this conversation.
No. No, I don't think we've mentioned it.
I don't have a guess.
Can you give me another hint?
It's no one argues that it's sci-fi.
Is it Alien?
It's-
Is it Predator?
It's Predator.
Okay. I was like, because it can't be Alien. Alien's not horror adjacent.
It
Alien
is horror. Yeah.
Yeah, I really thought I was also like, if he's about to be like, you got it. I was about to be like, we have to have a conversation about.
I have seen-
we have to establish
We have to
a shared
decide if
definition.
you're gonna say that Red Eye is horror, then you can't say that Alien's not.
I've seen Alien 8 times.
That's fair.
I think Predator's horror, but I see the argument. So but I don't think you've seen Predator.
I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you.
Right. So
But I've always assumed it was horror.
But a lot of people say it's like action, and it is.
Well, that can be true too.
But I just wanted to say, like, yeah, it's so my 7 are Jurassic Park 22 times, Jaws 13 times, Scream 12 times, Predator 11 times, Candyman, Avengers Endgame, and Empire Strikes Back, all at 10 times. And I will say that Halloween 78, Gremlins, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Alien are all at 9 times.
So they're coming. Their day's coming.
They will be joining the 10 timers soon.
All right. Speaking of Letterboxd, get out your review. I would say, gentlemen, get out your reviews, but someone doesn't have one.
Is it me?
I would hope not. You didn't watch
My
this
bad.
movie?
I'm sorry.
I have watched it 10 times, but I only have 7 reviews.
Boo. Okay.
And I'm going to read every single one right now. No, I'm not.
Okay. Pick some highlights.
My last one was no one does it better than Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Most of these is just like me just saying Tony Todd is amazing and I love him. Okay, this one's good. All I'm going to say is if Candyman told me to be his victim, I wouldn't even fight it. Like, okay, Tony Todd, I'm in. I love this movie. And Tony Todd.
Real.
Yeah, most of these reviews is just me simping for Tony Todd.
That's fair.
So, what is your... Oh, and 5-star banger.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
I don't know if I said that.
No, you didn't, but...
Yeah, I've been giving this film 5 stars since I watched it. No, I gave it 4 stars when I watched it for the first time. And then second time I bumped it up to 5 stars.
Nice.
How about you? What is your Letterboxd review?
I gave this 4 stars.
Respectable.
And I wrote a really, really well thought out review. Are you ready?
Yes.
I hear you're looking for Candyman, bitch. That's it.
I love it.
Okay, Supernatural alumni. We've already talked about this episode when we talked about this the first time, but season 1, episode 7 is about the Hook Man.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just kind of worth mentioning. There is also an actor that they have in common, and it's an actor whose family you know pretty well.
Oh, are we talking about Ted Raimi?
We are talking about Ted Raimi.
Okay, I don't know them.
No, I don't mean like you're friends with them. I just meant we know of them.
I have met Ted and Sam
That's fair.
at conventions.
But season 4, episode 8 of Supernatural is called Wishful Thinking, and Ted Raimi is in that shit.
Also,
and he's in this movie.
I'm friends with their nephew.
Oh, well, nice. Then you do know their family very well.
I kinda.
Well, okay. So then why did you make fun of me when I said that?
Because I don't know. I didn't realize it until you said it. I'm like, wait a second. I actually kind of do.
Okay. So, all right. Our special edition superlative for this month is on a scale from 1 to 10, how much did they find out?
Tony Todd. Also, how do scales work?
So I'll give my answer. I think for Helen, if we're going like main protagonist, a 9. Did she die a brutal and terrifying death? Yes. Did she also get revenge on fucking Trevor? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
I thought you were going to go like, did she die a brutal and horrible death? Yes. Did she also ruin her life and reputation? Yes.
I mean that too, but that wasn't her fault. That was Tony Todd's fault.
Also, we didn't talk about how Candyman's like a gaslighting motherfucker.
I need you to elaborate. What?
Like Candyman, like when he finally appears, like Helen can't, she can't discern what's real and what's not real.
Oh yeah,
Candyman is
absolutely.
in her head, but it's okay because he's hot.
Yeah, real.
And he can float.
That's real.
So, ladies at home, don't fall for his bullshit because he's hot. If he can float, that's a different story.
Fall for his bullshit because he can float.
Yeah. And
also he keeps bees. He's beekeeping age.
yeah. And also
That's a reference.
If he's Tony Todd. Otherwise, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Break up with him.
Austin, would you die?
Yes. And I thought I'd say no. I thought I'd say no because I would never say his name 5 times in the mirror. But then I thought about it.
And you thought about how it's Tony Todd.
I thought about how he would say, be my victim, and I wouldn't even fucking hesitate. I would be there. He would be shocked.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
And then him and I think after, he kills me and we're immortal together, at that point he would recognize me as a friend. For eternity.
The bees would recognize you as
the
a friend.
bees would recognize me as a friend, yes. How about you?
So I said no.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, don't say shit in mirrors. We fucking know this. Here's the thing, is you are correct. If it was too late and he was already there and he said, be my victim, done.
Yep.
Out. Gone. Goodbye.
Enough said.
Absolutely. Enough said. Got me like a fish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, I would not get to that point because I wouldn't know how hot he was because I would just be like, yeah, the legend of Candyman, I'm not fucking with that shit.
Right.
So, I swore a lot this episode. I'm really sorry, you guys.
Say fuck 5 times in the mirror. No, don't do that because you'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
I got one last thing. I should have said this while we were talking about Tony Todd in the episode. Or in the superlative, the movie MVP. I just have to say this real quick because it's important. I don't know if you know this. Some listeners probably do know this because it's a baller fact. Tony Todd was the man. Tony Todd, well, in negotiations to star in this film, him and his agent negotiated, on top of his pay, a bonus $1,000 for every bee sting he might incur during the filming of this and the sequels. Over the course of 3 films, he was stung 26 times, which meant he got paid $26,000.
That is fucking awesome. That's very smart, too.
It's so smart.
Especially considering, if you know anything about bees, you know that, like, when they sting, they give off a pheromone that causes other bees to become hostile. So, like, the chances of him getting stung were exponential the more that it happened.
And they had trainers to,
of course, yeah.
And they specifically bred these bees to be 12 hours old so that while they still appeared bee-sized, their stingers weren't as potent.
Yeah.
So even if Tony did get stung, which he did 26 times,
it wasn't like a huge deal. Yeah.
Right. And they also sprayed him or covered him with a pheromone of a queen bee.
Oh, so they did recognize him as a friend.
Yeah, so they can, but they were also babies.
Yeah.
And there's a shit ton of them, and they're coming out of his mouth. I don't think we talked enough about how many bees
came out of his mouth. Yeah.
Came out of his ribs.
Yeah.
That is such a gnarly scene.
It's a lot of bees.
But did you know that fact?
I didn't know that fact. That's a really good fact.
Know your worth.
Yeah.
Know your worth. That's an important lesson.
Austin, where can the people find you on social media?
You can find me being Candyman's victim at Austin M. Torres on Insta and the Letterboxd. You can also find Would You Die at Would You Die Show on Insta and YouTube. Follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube where you can still listen to the pod. Also watch my short films like Ice Cream, Spider, and The Blood Witch. Where can the people find you?
The people can find me getting $1,000 for every bee sting. They can also find me on Letterboxd, Twitter, and Instagram at Whimsawillow. And out in the world, come find me. I'm playing hide and seek. This is my challenge to all of our listeners.
Say Anneliese Peters Mark 5 times in the mirror.
See what happens.
Fuck around.
Jeremy, where can the people find you?
You can find me at all social media on at Annually Funny. I'm not tweeting a lot these days. Baseball season's over. I'm less angry.
I'll find something for you to get angry about.
He can't.
I can't do a specific thing for the movie.
Because he didn't see it.
Because I didn't watch the movie.
Boo.
I'm really sorry, guys.
Anyway.
I've let you all down.
Yeah, you did.
Huge thank yous to our producer, Jeremy Lippitt. Thank you to our theme music's composer, Josie Palmer. Check out her most recent single, Tuck Everlasting. A big thank you also for our graphics displayed on our social media, which are done by Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative. You can check out more of his work at wearecrosshook.com and alecgibsondesign.com. Austin, do you have a hint for next episode?
7 days, but in Japanese.
Ooh.
Until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
Be our victim. And try not to die.